Anyhow, there's 34 overages states shown in here. Less than 50% of these are claimed. So these are the green states here. It's not the case in the white states. Uh, Montana happens to be one, Wyoming, Utah, uh, Colorado, and New Mexico. Anyhow,
Owed the money, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be happy to walk away, but the challenge was set and accepted when I first started and heard about this business. And then I looked into it. I said, it's too good to be true. Even if it does work, there's not going to be a lot of it. Well, I was wrong. I saw the size and scope and scale of this business. I mean, it's huge. And on top of that, when I went through the process,
now he said there were 75 pages of surpluses, $25 million, 1,500 tax deeds, counties, billions of dollars in business. It's a lot of business.
and I did my very first deal. And this lady had to get a ride from her brother into town to sign the contract. FedEx wouldn't even go to her house. That's how far out of town she was. When I got the money to her finally, when we got paid and I was able to pay her, I asked what she was going to do with the funds, and she said that her passion in life is reading, and that she cannot see out of her left eye. She can barely see, and it strains her right eye, but it's something that can be repaired with surgery. But she's never had the money to be able to do that. And the first thing she did was schedule that surgery so she could read again. Okay? Now, that brought some purpose to me, that lit a fire under me that said, this is where I need to be. You are telling me that this lady, who's, I'm just picturing, she's been sitting there alone out in the middle of nowhere where her home is. I'm assuming it's not the nicest home out there, waiting for her brother to show up like a week later. So she really doesn't have any interaction with people, sitting on her porch waiting, barely able to see. I mean, I'm just visualizing this process, okay? And that I was able to do what I did and get paid doing it. And she got like what, $25,000 from it that she was able to keep. But to a lot of people, you guys, that's a car, that's a house, that's a year's rent. I mean, you have to understand, what would 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 do for these people that have nothing? And you can go out there and provide that. That was when I accepted the challenge. And almost every single story from there on was just as important, heartwarming, tear-jerking almost. I mean, just crazy, crazy stories. And so I kept on going, and that's the fire that burns with most people who get into this, is that they get past the income side and the me, and how do I make money, and how do I do all this? And they move toward doing this more as an obligation for them. Yeah, still do your real estate business, do those things, but if you can do a claim front to back in less than an hour and make 5 figures, why the heck wouldn't you do it? Are you crazy? Now, you don't have to go out and search for these.
So he's saying that once you learn how to do this, you can do this claim in less than an hour. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out what their training entails. I know it's a lot more detailed than the other guy.
If you're a real estate investor, you've been to any auctions, you've seen these come across the auctions. You've seen it happen. You've seen deals that you were going to bid on that sold for way more than you were going to get it for. And almost every single deal you saw at that auction, every deal, I bet sold for above the minimum bid. So although these surpluses are not common, all right, when you take a look at the size of the U.S. real estate market, it doesn't have to be common to be a billion-dollar business. Are you tapping into that and profiting from it? If you're a tax lien investor and you came to my site because you want to make money in tax liens, you want to make an amazing return on your money, that's fantastic. And some people, they're going to do a lot of work. I mean, you get 30% return on your money at $100,000. What, that's $30,000 in a year. Well, gosh, what if you didn't have to put up your 100 grand and you can make $30,000? This is a no-brainer. This is the one investment, as the owner of TaxAtlas.com, that will be the best investment that you make, period, in real estate. if all you have to do is apply it, even one time, okay? So it's worth your time to build up for yourself, to look into for yourself, to participate for yourself. Even if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to go and see if I can help one person. Because when you go through this, you're going to say, wow, this sounds too good to be true. I'm okay with that. This is cheap enough for everybody to do. I've priced it to where you have everything that you need. It's very inexpensive. It's super cheap. It'll be the best investment. Say to yourself, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to learn this and do this to help someone. That way, if you're one of those people that never wants to be wrong, you won't feel stupid if it doesn't work, and you'll know that you did it to help someone else. Now, first of all, you're going to need to get the lists that are going to work for you. Here's the breakdown of the 4 steps that you're going to go through. You're going to go through research. You're going to deal with contact. You're going to claim, and you're going to collect. So we want to research, get the list, research the list, find the people. You're going to contact them. You're going to claim the funds for them. You're going to collect it. You're going to pay them your piece. You're going to keep yours. Pretty easy, right? So there's certain things that you need in order for this to work. So first thing is you have to know how lists work, and you have to know how to validate them. I'm going to give you the training to do this. Let's take a look at this list. You're looking at deals here that are from $1 million down. Take a look at this. You're looking at, well, we have to do the math on these. This is a $61,000 surplus. Here's a $118,000 surplus. I mean, these are real. These are the counties that we're looking at, okay? You have Alameda County, you have Fulton County. Plenty of deals as we go through this. These are from the county. I didn't make this up. So we're going to show you how to get the lists. Some are on the internet, some are not. You want to make sure you get them from the right place, you have the right source, and you want to make sure you know how to validate them so you're not working the wrong deals, okay? When I first started, I was getting tons of deals under contract. Like I had 15 people getting contracts for me. At one point I had like $1 million in one day under contract. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I didn't do my homework right. I have the wrong people, the wrong system, the wrong setup. And I'm going to tell you what, it's super easy to get the wrong person under contract that's never lost a house before. Like, sure, why not? They're a little more skeptical if they've been foreclosed on. So getting the list is extremely important on how to do this. So you're going to get the training in order to do this. That's what's going to allow you to succeed. This is the same training that I used to actually take that jump with my business. Like, I didn't make any money up front when I first started. Once I got this training, this is what took me over the top. So it's the same information that I used to get started with my business. I used the money I made with this training to buy this company, flat out. In 1 month, I earned the money to buy the company that sold me the training. That is an awesome story. See, nobody knows that about this business, about me. John Lane, when he went into retirement, he wasn't going to sell his business to anybody because he didn't like how people pretty much played in the gutter in this industry. He didn't like how people were charging $5,000 and $10,000 to learn how to invest in tax liens and tax deeds. That's why he made me offer the training to go with the lists. And so he said, look, I'm going to shut this thing down. It's worth a lot of money, and I'm still making money on it, but I'm going to shut it down unless you want to buy it. And so we knew each other from before. I'd been in tax liens and deeds, and I saw him at an event, and we got to talking, and he saw what I did with my business, the size of my surplus business, and that I was nationwide. And that's where the connection really was struck. Because if you know John, he's like me. He hates the fact that the counties are keeping these funds. Hates it. Now, he dabbled in the business. He's a great thinker and business owner. He thinks like an attorney. And so he loved cracking the code in surplus. And so I was able to benefit from that when I bought his course, and I took it to a whole other level. And so now, for you guys to not work this, it's crazy. Now, don't make a bunch of money and come offer money for this business. I mean, you're going to have to pay a lot, okay? It's not going to happen. But the point is, that's how lucrative this thing is. I do 7 figures a year consistently with this one vertical, and it's crazy to not do it. Now, all of that without having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't have to go leverage to get into a single family home. I don't have to go get approved for credit. I don't have to do anything. I simply do as many deals as I can get coming in. And they're out there. There's a ton of them, okay? So you need to have the list. I'll give you the training of how to go through the list, how to succeed with that. You're going to need to contact them. But in order to contact them, we have to find them, okay? So you're going to go through what's called skip tracing, all right? Skip tracing is an advanced form of Google where you have the list, you know that you have the parcel number, you need to find the name and the address, and once you have the name and the address, and we have all the information on how to do that in your training, now you're going to submit the name and the address into whatever skip trace service you need, okay? When you become a part of this, when you buy the post-auction profits program, we'll have a talk with you about which service you want to use. It's based on you. There's different options that you have. And so this is your main overhead cost, is right here. You're dealing in the hundreds. Like, I pay hardly anything for my skip tracing. Now, I do a lot of skip tracing. I don't have to pay a lot, but like a couple bucks for a deal, that's not a lot of money. And you're not working quantity here. You're dealing with quality if you know how to do it right. So you're not skip tracing hundreds of people. You might skip trace 30 people at a time, okay? So skip tracing is very important in your research because you want to have the right person, get the right data. And when I skip trace, I enter in the information and I basically get like the last 5 or 10 phone numbers, last 5 or 10 addresses, okay? And then once that's ready to go, it's time to contact them. So the idea is to try to find their cell phone number first and foremost. If you can't find the cell phone number or your skip tracing service doesn't provide the cell phone numbers, you're going to need to send out postcards as part of what you're doing as well. And with this, I give you the same postcard templates that I use, so you can go do that. Postcards are super cheap, okay? And you'll send that out to get the calls start coming in, all right? Now, once they call in, or once you're calling them and you get a hold of them, you're going to need to know what to say. So what I'm doing is I'm providing you with the scripts and recorded calls, so all the call recordings. So I've made modifications to this training since I bought it. And when I bought it, it was like over $1,000, okay? So I not only am providing this training, but I've also added and modified this training so you have some awesome stuff and everything you need, okay? So you're going to get scripts of what to say. You're going to hear what's said, how it all works, okay? That's going to give you the confidence. If you're asking yourself, well, do I need to be a salesperson to do this? The answer is absolutely not. You just need to know what you're doing. That's it. If you don't know what you're doing, there's a problem. That's why we have the training manual to go along with all this, and we have the training videos, okay? So you're going to have plenty of information from just the modules and the... Be yourself. Care about people. If you can do that, you're going to be just fine. Be patient with them. You're giving them something amazing. Don't be mad if they don't believe you the first time you talk to them. We're going to go through the psychology of it in your training, okay? All they need is that one moment of clarity, all right? That's it. But think about it. Would you make 20 phone calls to the same person for $10,000? To get a hold of someone? Yes, you would. So whatever you have to do to trick yourself, I don't want you to compare this business to vacation or doing exactly what you want to do in life. Compare this to another job or business, and this is a no-brainer. You need to have this in your arsenal, okay? All right, so you're going to have the scripts of what to say, and then the next is going to be making the claim. Every county is a little bit different. We have the legal docs for you to be able to file the claim, file the application, and you need to make sure that you do it the right way. So you'll have the same one that I use with this, which is going to save you going to an attorney and paying for that stuff. Okay? That's extremely important. So with the legal docs, you have a couple of options on how you're going to do this, but you're going to need to get it physically signed. We're going to show you how you're going to get that physically signed and approved for the county without ever leaving your home. All right? You'll have people that are there. We'll show you who to get in touch with. We have the connections for you of who you're going to be able to contact to get those signatures for you. So they get the signature for you, and then you go ahead and make the profits. It's only like $50 to $80 to get a contract signed from like I use a mobile notary, and they're easy to find. If you don't know how to do that, we help you. And they're professionals. They get it signed. It has to be notarized for them to accept. To give you the funds and accept the application, okay? So even if it were in my own state, I'd still get it notarized. I don't need to go out there and hang out. I'm just going to have it done for me. Run it as a business, all right? But you need to know how to file. This is extremely important. So we show you how to go through and file in these areas and the documents in order to do that. You need to have the legal docs. Okay, this is going to be like for $500, you're getting all of this stuff, $497. You can't beat it. So I've purposely put this price at $500 to wipe out anyone else doing it. You're not going to need to split any funds with me. I don't get any money from you. I just want you to learn it and help people. And if you need help, you email us with the help you need. Pretty easy, okay? So you have everything you need moving forward, and now you have the confidence. So now it's about collecting the funds. So sometimes the check goes to you. That's what the agreement's there to do. It's there to give you power of attorney, and the check goes to you. Sometimes it goes to your customer. Don't get freaked out if it goes to your customer. Just know what you're doing, okay? Keep in mind, they love you for what you're doing. Of all the deals I've done, I've only not been paid one time when a check went to my customer, and that's it. And that's only because they didn't know that my piece was in there. They didn't know. I called 2 months after they got the check, and I said, hey, did you get the check? And it's like, no answer. Of course they're not going to answer the phone. They probably spent the money. It was only $10,000. They probably spent it, but how would they know? I didn't know they were getting the check. So there's a way that you're actually able to see when it's sent out and who it's sent to, and you can track that so that's not an issue for you. But look, I didn't freak out. All I did was make sure that I tracked my cases from that point, okay? But ask yourself this. Did I lose money, or did I just not make it, right? This isn't a real estate deal, so I didn't get paid the 10 grand that one time. I could have sued them and gone after it and gotten paid, right? But it's not worth my time. I can just go get another deal. The fact of the matter is, it's money I didn't make. It's not money I lost. I didn't lose a dime. So you have your fixed overhead costs. It's super, super small. I've never seen a business with these kind of profits with this little overhead. That's why I'm so excited talking to you about it. And depending on what you do if you're a real estate investor, you just want to dabble, it's extremely inexpensive. It doesn't take a lot of your time. You're going to have time set to do your computer work. It's all going to be there in the modules of what you do there. And then the rest of the time, just have your cell phone on you. They'll call you back. The deals are great. So you're going to claim your funds. You keep your portion. They keep theirs. Do not steal the money. It's a federal offense. I had one of our testimonials right here. This is Jason P. He just called me the other day. He had a lady under contract, and he went and looked and saw about 2 weeks later. He hadn't talked to her, and he saw that the money was already collected. He thought that the money that she went around him and took it. He was mad. Well, he called me back just on Tuesday and said, no, that wasn't the case. Turns out someone came in and provided false documentation, stole the money, and went and bought a boat and a car. And now the feds are on all over it and everything like that, and we're sorting the whole thing out. Well, the good news is that he has access to me and my team, so we can make sure that his lady gets that $60K that she's owed, that punk didn't just go out there and keep it for himself. You need to know what you're doing in order to get paid. This is the information you need and the tools to get it. So Jason made 6 figures within his first 6 months working this. And by the way, he had bought the other training courses before he joined my program here. So just know flat out, like, this works. I priced it lower than everyone, or at least comparable. There might be one, but I don't split it. There's no one cheaper. And I just want you to succeed. I put more money into doing this than anybody has, and more time and more resources, flat out. No one has done as much as I've done. And so there's a knowledge base for you guys to go to. At the end of the day, no matter the level or difficulty with the type of deal you're doing, okay? There's so much more you guys can do with this. You just have to get yourself out there, get in the mix, and just do a deal. See how it feels. Now look at how that is compared to flipping a property. You don't have to stop your real estate transactions. Keep doing it. But now you look at this and go, this is nothing but, hey, fun money or fund money. It's up to you. Because if you want to go out there and travel and you want to go out there and enjoy the money, you have every reason in the world to celebrate. You just help someone that's in a terrible financial situation get back on their feet. Why the heck not? That's what I say. Go do it. You only have one shot at a first-class lifestyle. You didn't know about this before your real estate business. Treat yourself. You just don't need to sacrifice in order to get to where you want to be financially. You can actually create income verticals and income streams just like this that you can spend, save, or invest when it comes in, okay? So this is an awesome opportunity for those of you that are here. I've been doing this I've been in real estate and business for 20 years. I've helped so many people, never seen this before, and this is something that anybody can do. And I believe that there's a lot of people that cannot do a lot of things. Trust me. This thing right here, if you want to help people and you want to make money at the same time, this is the best feeling in the world, and the returns are great. So $500, you do this one deal, $500, you get one deal in for 30 grand, you make 10 grand. What is that, a 2,000% return on your money? Tell me where you're going to beat that. You need to get started with something like this. So I have a Sprinter to Success motivator here, all right? This is the offer to get you guys running. This lets them know, no, we picked you on purpose. We targeted you because we found the money first. These are all the areas that they could be. It almost sends them on a wild goose chase. So by the time they get with you, they might have already done their research and tried to find it on their own. They couldn't, and they're ready to do it. Get your website so it can do the heavy lifting for you. So we build your credibility website for you. That is the first part of the Sprint to Success package, okay? The next part is we will personally skip trace your first 25 cases, okay? Write that down. Well, you don't have to write it down. It's on the website. Why do I keep saying that? Personally skip trace your first 25 cases, all right? I'm going to do that for two reasons. Number one, my skip tracing is the best, okay? You don't know how to skip trace right now. I want you to learn how to skip trace right now, but I want my customers getting deals under contract within the first 3 to 4 weeks. That's what I want. So you've got to get set up. You've got to get a list. You have to get the list prepped the way we need it. So we will skip trace your first 25 claims, all right? Now you have to have these claims done. This is for the first month. If you go outside 30 days, we're not going to skip trace for you, because this is specifically for the doers that are going to get the information, call in to get their website set up, get going on the deals, and just rock the house, okay? That gets you going, all right? Sprint to Success. So while you're doing all this, and by the way, 25 cases is a lot, all right? That means you're going to do your due diligence, make sure that we're going to show you which cases we want, because this isn't me skip tracing them. I'm sending you to the service that I use, okay? And the deal with this, guys, is they're not going to just take garbage. So it's a great tool for you to validate the deals that are going through, so you know you're not wasting your time, because you'll be like, wow, I would have gone out there and probably spent $500 doing it the wrong way, or $1,000 doing it the wrong way. By getting the Sprint to Success package, not only are we skip tracing it for you, but we're also going to make sure that you're not sending garbage through, and that you're not going to be out there wasting your money on bad deals like I did, okay? That is an unbelievable offer. So for $497, one time only, you're going to get the modules, the training. If you don't have the 50 state manual, you're going to get that. You're going to get all the training that you need to be successful on how to get the lists, validate the lists, contact these people, talk to these people. You're going to have the legal agreements that you need, so you don't have to go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars with an attorney who doesn't know what they're doing to draft these documents up. You're saving that money. Right there, you're saving the $500, okay? You're going to now know what to do in the rules and regulations of the counties to make sure that you're not breaking these rules, that you're doing it all the right way. Know which areas to work and what the best areas are to do this. All of this is in this course. So now you have no excuse. If you guys, if there's anyone out there struggling and you're saying, oh, geez, I wish I had money to go out there and invest. Look, you go do a deal for 10 grand that makes you 10,000 bucks. You can go and do 2 pre-auction deals and take control of the property by grabbing the back taxes. I mean, there's things you can do with that money in real estate. You have to understand, like, this gets you on your feet. No excuses. Don't sit around and wait. Don't go out and get yourself in debt to try and get your business going. Start playing with house money, guys, if you're new. Guys, in real estate, if you're doing real estate and you're saying, hey, this is a joke. No, the joke is you if you don't have this in your arsenal. Trust me. You're not a real estate investor if you don't have this. I promise. There's no doubt. Look, I was at lunch today with one of my buddies, and he's a star. He is the star of a TV show, a very popular TV show. I'm not going to name it, that is about flipping properties. We were just at lunch today. He called me. I didn't call him. He wanted to go over some strategies of what he was doing, where he was going. Yeah, I'm kind of a behind-the-scenes expert, okay? We talked about it. He's interested. He was like, hey, man, what are you doing? What's up? And I told him what I'm doing. Look, he had a year. He wanted me to tell you guys this. He had a year where he did over $500,000 in just this and didn't even know the name of it as a real estate investor. Okay? Now he's aware of it. He gets it. You don't know this and you're looking at deals, you're losing money. So $500, have the contracts you need, know what to say to them, know what to expect, know the rules and regulations. Have your website there. You need the website. All right? Get it started. Get yourself complete. Every arrow in your quiver that you have makes you better at what you do. All right? So you have to do this. Guys, there's no excuses. You'll never see me out here doing any type of web classes. I picked this one because it's applicable to anyone who's in real estate for an income. Now you see why I say that? So we look at it now. We've got the sprint to success. And then we go through and we say, well, this isn't, what if I don't have real estate? What if I don't have real estate experience? Well, look, this is Glenn. Glenn was a home builder in 2008. Like a lot of home builders, the checks. He's piling up the thank yous. He's piling up the gratitude. Like, talk about good juju and an overflowing karma jar, you guys.